factoring a difference of squares. Okay, the difference of squares formula, or form as I like to call it, is x squared minus y squared is equal to x plus y multiplied by x minus y. Actually, that's pretty cramped up there. Let me see if I can make it a little bit prettier for us. X squared minus y squared is equal to x plus y multiplied by x minus y. Okay, it's a very, very powerful factoring tool because it helps us to shorten up our work. So in the first example, on the left, x squared minus 36, I'm going to factor that by putting out our parentheses. First, we recognize that the front and the back are indeed perfect squares, x squared and 6 squared. So in fact, we might even write that in. We might say the first one is an x being squared and the second one is a 6 being squared. Because if we do that, then it's really straightforward to pull them down into the bottom pieces. X squared, so x is the quantity being squared, that goes in the first slots. And then 6 is the number being squared on the end, so that goes into the second slots. The first one is plus, second one is minus. That's really interchangeable. Multiplication's commutative, so we don't care about the order. But there we go. Answer is x plus 6 times x minus 6. So on the right, let's not put in that step in the middle this time, but you can look back and refer to it if you wish. When I do this next one, I'm just going to now go look at it and say, well, what's the square root of 64u squared? What do I have to square to get 64u squared? Well, that would be an 8 and a u. So I'm going to put an 8u and an 8u. Square root of 49v squared? Well, 49 would be the 7 and v squared would be the v, so it looks like we've got a 7v and a 7v. Make one of them plus and the other one minus and put a big box around it, and that's all it takes. So why don't you try one on your own? Go to the next slide here, pause the video, and see if you can do 100a squared minus 81b squared. Okay, assuming you gave it a shot here, put out my parentheses. First one, the square root of 100a squared is 10a, plus the square root of 81b squared would be 9b. Then in the next binomial, same quantities, 10a, but this time subtracted by the 9b. And that's our final answer.